Because just like everybody else, I was very frustrated with the way the game went against the Cowboys. How could you not be? It was an ugly, ugly loss. And yes, the offense has not looked great over the last few weeks. This is not breaking news to anybody who's been paying attention. But what's bothering me is now people are starting to turn again on the head coach. I'm seeing a lot of chatter on social media. I'm even hearing our morning show, which we'll get to a little bit later. I got some clips of John Kincade and Andrew Salciunas I want to play. Turning on the head coach. And the question I want to throw out to start the show, has Nick Sirianni earned the benefit of the doubt? Because I consistently hear fans running to the defense of Howie Roseman. You can't say a negative word about Howie Roseman. In Howie we trust. Everything the guy does is right, and if he makes a mistake, shut up. He's earned our trust. When does Nick Sirianni earn our trust? You're talking about a head coach that has gone to the playoffs all 4 seasons he was a head coach, and you're going to add a 5th to it this year because they're going back. They're going to win back-to-back division titles for the first time in 20-something years. He's been to 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls. He has the 3rd highest winning percentage ever in the Super Bowl era, only behind John Madden and George Allen. He's got the highest winning percentage of any active NFL head coach. Since 2023, the Eagles have the best winning percentage in the entire NFL, including the playoffs, a 37-13 record. When does he get the benefit of the doubt? Why are all these people coming out now questioning every decision the guy makes? He doesn't want to change play callers. He's being called an idiot for it. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do that. He's the reason the offense looks this way. When do we give him the benefit of the doubt and the same respect that we give to Howie Roseman, Ricky?
I think a lot of that's already there. I think for me, he kind of had to grow on you first. You didn't like when he first started. He had all these little mottos that you were kind of shaking your head at, and you wonder what is going on here. But for me, he's kind of grown into the position. What does he do? He wins games. He's won a Super Bowl. He's a guy that actually you could depend on the sidelines. You know, you could look at certain things that are going to happen with teams. Okay, 2023 was a disaster. He didn't handle that well. But we saw something in 2024 that he got almost the same team back on track, and they win a Super Bowl. So how in the world can you sit back and say, yeah, I don't trust in Sirianni? I think it's a hard thing to do. Look, we all know that some of his sideline stuff is just kind of, you shake your head about. The one thing that you'll always see, you saw it on Sunday, every single penalty that's on the Eagles, he has something to talk about with the referees about that it's not a penalty. And I just think maybe certain things like that will jump at some people, and that will take the credibility away from him. I'm just telling you what happens.
I think
but
it's
I'm
going
to tell you even deeper. I look at this right now that I don't think Patullo's going anywhere right now because it was a Nick hire. It was on him. Do I put all the blame on Nick? No, because usually you put a guy into that position, he's going to show some promise. We haven't seen that yet. So, yes, I guess as everybody else, yeah, you got to put some pressure on Nick a little bit. But I don't look at him that way. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's done a great job here. I can't put everything on him right now.
Okay, but let's take it a step further, though. Do you have trust that Nick Sirianni is going to figure this thing out the rest of the way? Because I'm seeing there's a lot of people questioning the head coach. And you do not get that same level of questioning towards the general manager. Like, we could look at Howie Roseman and some of the decisions he's made over the years and say, yeah, you know what? That one didn't really work out. But no one questions that Howie Roseman isn't usually going to get it right, that he isn't going to make more good decisions than he makes bad ones. Why? Because Howie Roseman has built 2 Super Bowl champions. He's built 3 different teams that have gone to the Super Bowl. He's done it with different quarterbacks and different head coaches. I get all that. He deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Correct.
But what else does Sirianni have to do? Like, you go back to Dougie P. Dougie P wins a Super Bowl, and we can kind of look at that now and say, that was a little bit fluky. It was a little bit fluky for Doug Peterson to win that Super Bowl. Everything kind of fell in their favor. Nick Foles has this magical run. They win it. He was never able to duplicate anywhere near that level of success. Not here, not in Jacksonville. He's out of a job. Nick Sirianni has. Nick Sirianni, with different offensive coordinators, every single year has gotten the team to the playoffs. He's gotten you to the Super Bowl with 2 different offensive coordinators. He's gotten you to the Super Bowl with 2 different defensive coordinators. So at what point do we put Sirianni on the same level as Roseman, which is like, okay, yes, some of the decisions he's made haven't been right. Some of the things he does we don't necessarily agree with, but we trust that Sirianni's going to figure it out because he is a great coach. He still does not get that level of respect, and it goes a lot further than just people don't like his sideline demeanor. He still gets questioned. What does he do? He doesn't call plays. He doesn't call the defensive plays. He's just a cheerleader. It's the talent. And the moment things went south, all the people who hated on him last year and wanted him fired are all coming out of the woodwork again saying this is on Nick. And I do believe, as much as we could be critical of some of the decisions, how can we sit here and not give the guy the benefit of the doubt with what he has done over the course of his 4.5 seasons as head coach?
Well, you're not giving him the benefit. Are you giving him the benefit of the doubt, or are you not? I absolutely think he deserves it.
After that rant, you got to ask me what I'm doing?
No, I was just saying, like, figure of speech-wise, because if you're not giving him a benefit of the doubt, you got to be out of your mind, in a sense. Okay, the guy wins games. Maybe his mottos are a little bit off sometimes. Maybe you know what's? I can tell you exactly what's happening right now for a lot of these people. They hear the main motto. What is the main motto this year? Hold on to the football. Don't turn the ball over. Win the turnover battle. All that stems into one thing, right? And then when they see the offense, who are they pointing the finger at with the offense? In all reality, who are they pointing it at?
Well, Patullo.
They're pointing it at Nick.
Well, we did the Twitter poll yesterday, and everyone said Patullo.
I think it's Nick.
Well,
if I'm talking coaching, because of the way he has formed his opinion about what this offense should be, you take away a lot of weapons. Especially if you told me, Bill, you said, Ricky, we can't turn the ball over. You know what I'm going to do as an offensive coordinator? I'm going to be passive.
But let me ask you
I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm going to be passive.
But once again, asking whether or not he's earned the benefit of the doubt. The Eagles are 40-2.
They win.
They're 40-2 when they win the turnover battle. So why do we now push back against what Sirianni's mentality is? It works.
Because
it has worked consistently.
Because they want to see better football from their offense. Why? Because Howie paid all these guys on offense that are big-time stars. Let's face it. You're going to look at me straight in the face and say A.J. Brown shouldn't be a big-time star? Or Devontae Smith shouldn't be a big-time star? Dallas Goedert shouldn't be a big-time star? Okay? I could go through the whole offense if you want me to.
Yeah, the offense should be better.
Then that's the problem we're talking about. You know what? How about this? The defense has had a problem early this year at times, especially at one position. They haven't been their best until they finally hit, week 9 against the Packers. Then things started week 8 against the Packers. That's when things started looking up a little bit for the defense. Why? Because everybody gave the benefit of the doubt to who? Vic Fangio. Why? Because of what he did last year.
But what he did last year. But yet Sirianni does not get that same level of respect. He doesn't. He does not get the same level of respect that Howie gets. He certainly doesn't get the same level of respect that Vic Fangio gets. And that's really the question I want to find out from our listeners today.
Well,
Why don't they give him that level of respect?
I want you to look at it like this. When Vic Fangio came here, he was given a warped piece of wood, and he made it a beautiful piece of furniture. Nick Sirianni's been given a golden platter on offense. And you know what he did? He's melted it down.
I can't disagree with you more.
I don't care if you disagree with me or not.
I'm going to disagree with you. You're now saying that he's melted it down. They've been to the Super Bowl 2 of the last 3 years. What the hell are you talking about?
They won the Super Bowl last year.
They won the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about last year.
And my question is, why can't we give him the benefit of the doubt? It's been 11 games that he will figure it out because people are furious after his answer yesterday. Let me play this for you.
Really? I still think this team is going to the NFC Championship, which was exactly what I said early on in the year.
Which means you are giving him the benefit of the doubt. But people are upset because yesterday when Sirianni was asked if he has considered making a change at play caller, here was his response.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I think we always are looking for answers. As coaches, we're always looking for answers, and we're never into assigning blame. It's just looking for answers. And I think I think what sometimes can happen is it's like, it's just this. Well, it's not just that. And it's every piece of the puzzle: coaching, playing, execution, scheme, everything. We got to be better in all of those aspects. And so yesterday, I thought Kevin did a good job of calling it. Obviously he's going to want plays back, just like every player and myself. We all want plays back.
All right, so people are upset at that response. And our morning show this morning, we're losing their mind. I want to play John Kincade and Andrew Salciunas coming up. Because let's be honest, they've never been big fans of Nick Sirianni. This is where the whole moniker that I was related to Sirianni came from, because I defended him coming into last season when everybody else wanted him long gone. So they had a lot of things to say, like people on social media, about some of the decisions Sirianni has made. I want to play that coming up, Ricky. And I also want to hear from our listeners. Why doesn't Nick Sirianni get the same benefit of the doubt, the same respect that a Howie Roseman gets, that a Vic Fangio gets? What else does the guy need to do for us to take a step back and say, you know what? We believe Nick will figure it out. I want to hear from you. Hit us up on the text board.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.